Hello everyone, it's Melissa from Swindon Libraries and Information Service, and I'm here with our final, for now, craft session. So I hope you've enjoyed all we've done this summer, and I hope you enjoy this final session. So we're going to be looking at using foil today, and the first thing we're going to have a go at doing is a picture a little bit like this one, where you can see that I've sketched out the shape of an owl there and used different textures to try and create a different kind of picture really. Okay, so I'll put that one there. You just need some cardboard packaging. I think this is from cat food boxes. Okay, and then if you draw out quite a simple shape, so I've used just a leaf there. I think I did it with pencil first and then went over with a marker pen so it's nice and visible. None of this will show in the final thing. Okay, so I think it's easier if you just pop your glue all over. Okay, and with your string, I'm going to try and get some of those nice curves there. Okay, doesn't matter if you don't exactly follow your black lines because everything's going to be covered in foil. Okay, so now I've roughly measured that. I'm doing a new piece of string for the other side so that I can get a nice sharp point at the end of my leaf. So if I was going to continue with this, if I had more time with you, I would put the other piece of string there, and then I would start to put in the stem and the veins of the leaf. Okay, leave that to dry. So different shape, but again, you want something not too complicated. So this is one that has dried out already. Okay, and ordinary tin foil. Up to you entirely whether you want to have it shiny side out or slightly dull side. Okay, and we just wrap the piece of cardboard don't want too much excess foil. And then, as if I was making a parcel, now if you were watching the heads up video, you might have wondered why I suggested a pair of socks. So just seal the back of the foil. There we go. Now the reason I would suggest a pair of socks for this next stage is if you've got long fingernails. I used to bite mine, so I'm very glad that they're a bit longer now, but it does mean they might pierce the foil. Or if you're a bit too rough, you will pierce through the foil. So the best thing I've found is an old pair of socks, and if you just rub over your shape, because of the softness of the sock and the greater area, it doesn't pierce the film. Okay, so you can see then that my butterfly has come through quite nicely there with the string, and then it's up to you really what detail you want to add. So again, you could use a bamboo skewer, but you're going to need to blunt the end. You might want to just use a blunt pencil, or not too sharp a pencil I should say, and you can start putting in some body texture. Okay, and I could now decorate the wings. I could do a nice piece of decoration around the edges if I wanted to. As ever, this is the idea, but it'd be lovely to see how you make your own version. Okay, so that's our first idea. So another thing I thought we could do is use some of the tin foil packaging that you might have at home, either from, say, takeaways or from some baked goods. So you can see here I've got some of those little tin foil trays from, say, an apple pie or a jam tart and a Chinese takeaway. Now this does take a little bit of time to do, so it's one don't try and do as you're halfway out the door on the way to school or whatever. But if you very gently start to flatten out the takeaway dishes, you might need to pull slightly at the corners. Okay, it does take time. It's best to do a little bit at a time. Okay. Gradually, you can flatten it out. You can see this one I've flattened without cutting it. This one I did actually cut the corners. Okay, and that gives us some really nice, slightly stiffer foil that we can then use the patterns on it and make our own patterns with bamboo skewers, cocktail sticks, cotton buds, and make little bits of Mexican tin art. Okay, so these are really nice just to make perhaps into a string of bunting to hang up and catch the light maybe in your window, or just to stick on bits of wrapping paper and things like that when you're making a gift for somebody, so that it's got that extra bit of sparkle. But the nice thing is by using this stiffer foil, it will actually keep the shapes that you make, and then really the sky's the limit. Okay, so this could be something like a tin foil angel with wings. Okay, again, you can see I'm just doing it totally freestyle. Okay. Just be careful of your fingers, won't you? Because we don't want any cut fingers. Let's make a head here. Okay, so it's up to you how much you cut into the foil, how much you make your own shape, and also how much you use the patterns of the foil itself. So this one has still got the ridges from the side of a takeaway dish. This little heart here, it was completely flattened out and I made my own decoration. Okay, so have a go, see how you get on, and hope it works out well. Okay, now our final craft for today and for a little while, because we're going to take a little break from craft and try some new ideas, is to make a nameplate. This could go on your door or on your desk. It might be that at school you need to make a nameplate so that your teacher can remember your name. So here we go. This is mine. You all know my name's Melissa, but there we go. I put it on just in case. So again, a bit of cardboard packaging. Wrap it in the tin foil just like we did with the owl there and the butterfly, and we would have gone on to do with the leaf. So I'll just do that nice and quickly. Okay, so again, just wrap it round. Up to you whether you want the back to be really neat or a bit more freestyle. I think if I was giving this as a gift, I might try to make it a little bit neater. Okay. Just pop a bit of tape there so it doesn't escape. Okay. Okay, and then what I've done is I've used a little bit of black acrylic paint, and this cost me about £1, just over £1, from a local kind of arts and crafts DIY store. The good thing about acrylic paint is it sticks a little bit more to shiny surfaces. If you don't have acrylic paint, if you were just to use some ordinary school type paint and to mix it with a little bit of the runny glue, that again just helps it. Yeah, just mix tiny little blobs like that. That again would just help it once it's mixed together. Okay, so I'm going to just blob the acrylic there, and I've made a bit of a stained glass effect there. So it's quite a good idea to put your name in the middle first, because otherwise if you do your outline then you might not have room for your name, particularly if you've got a longer name like me. Okay, so I am just going to put the name of might take a couple of coats with the paint. There we go. So this is the name of my third cat that you haven't seen, but he is lurking about somewhere. Okay, so by putting the name in, I now know how much room I've got for the border, and I think I might just do zigzags. Okay, so again, you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, and then if you just use permanent marker pens, when the black paint has dried, when you colour in on tin foil, just show you a couple of colours, pink, purple, got to be purple. Okay, you start to get a bit of a stained glass effect because of the way that the permanent pen ink sits on the tin foil. Okay, so you can see here I've gone all the way round, and then I've also filled in the E and the A of my name. But obviously what you decide to do with your name plate is entirely up to you. Okay, could be that you decide to draw something else on your tin foil, but have a good time. Hope you enjoy doing it. Okay, so that brings us to the end of Let's Get Crafting. Hope you've had a really good summer and enjoyed the activities. We will have some more coming up in a little while, but in the meantime, keep watching our Swindon Libraries YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and you'll find out all the new things that we've got in store for you. Take good care.